It's Wednesday, August 28. In the headlines, parents urged to use CAC's pricing tool to save money. Regionally, CARICOM prepares to unveil regional migration policy as new trends emerge. And in sports, KFC pumps $15 million into schoolboy football. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. The new school year begins next week, and parents are busy preparing, buying uniforms, bags, shoes, and books. To this end, the Consumer Affairs Commission, CAC, is encouraging persons to use its price equity tool when buying textbooks. Persons can access the price inquiry tool on the Commission's website at cac.gov.jm. Director of Communications for the CAC, Latoya Halstead, says between July 29 and August 2024, the Commission visited 64 bookstores across the island and received results from 60. The CAC's price inquiry tool provides a detailed list of the book merchants and prices of textbooks. According to Ms. Halstead, the official annual textbook survey report, which shows prices, should be available by the end of the week, and it can help consumers save money. The CAC works in partnership with the Ministry of Education and Youth to compile the books included in the Commission's annual textbook survey. The Ministry of Education and Youth has pledged to enhance student performance in mathematics at the secondary level, following the latest Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate results. In the May-June 2024 exams, only 39% of Jamaican students in public schools passed mathematics. Danita Rodney has more in this report.
At Monday's press conference on Jamaica's performance in the May-June 2024 CSEC and the CAPE examinations, Acting Chief Education Officer Terrian Thomas Gale announced that the ministry is reviewing the qualifications and effectiveness of educators teaching these subjects.
We have been looking at who it is that we have teaching math. And so we are revisiting the curriculum at the tertiary institutions as well. We will be looking on who it is that go into the math program to ensure that we're attracting the best minds for math.
Mrs. Thomas Gale shared that the ministry will be implementing a coaching model at primary and secondary school levels to improve education outcomes.
We will be employing the coaching model throughout all high schools and at the primary level, where our coaches within the ministry, they will be given more hands-on guidance to our teachers and to see how best we can help in bridging that gap with pedagogy and the students' performance.
According to the Acting Chief Education Officer, a new specialist model will be introduced in primary schools, emphasizing key subjects such as mathematics, language arts, science, and social studies.
We will be rolling out the specialist model where our teachers from as early as primary schools will be teaching subject areas, specifically with mathematics, language arts, the science, and social studies. So those are just some of the plans that we have in place.
Mrs. Thomas Gale highlighted efforts to analyze school performance data and collaborate with leaders to address teacher competence gaps and improve student outcomes.
We will continue, however, to interrogate the data to look at the specific cases, what it is would have attributed to the performance at different schools, and we will be working with our leaders to ensure that we help them to bridge the gap with their teachers' competence.
Reporting for the news on PBCJ, I am Danita Rodney.
Jamaican commuters will see more buses along the Jamaica Urban Transit Company routes soon. This as the company received 100 CNG buses on Tuesday. It represents the largest single addition to the entity's fleet. Prime Minister Andrew Holness was on hand to cut the ribbon, along with Transport Minister Darrell Vaz and other stakeholders.
These buses are particularly constructed for Jamaican conditions. The flooring is of a particular material which allows for very hard use, and the seating is plastic, and the two combined allows for easier cleaning of the bus. We have made sure that there are provisions for the disabled community, and the buses are designed with a kneeling feature so they can tilt to the curb or be lowered to allow easier access.
The receipt of the new buses will bring the total number of new buses introduced to the public transport system since May 2023 to 171.
Every bus you see here today means more jobs, less waiting time, more productivity, safer commute, and improved service and comfort. This is not trickle-down economics. Prime Minister, with the commissioner of these 100 buses, we have already expanded the Montego Bay Metro fleet from 6 to 18 buses. This is an increase of 200%, not a trickle. These buses will serve the parishes of Hanover, Westmoreland, Trelawney, and St. James.
The new buses were purchased under the service contract, which will see them being maintained.
These buses were procured with a service contract, so we didn't buy buses. What I would want the Jamaican people to think about is that we bought a capability. We bought a capability. So we will be able to transport and have that capability over not just the life of the bus, but the life of the service contract, which may very well extend the life of the bus.
To supplement this undertaking, Minister Vaz says the JUTC has embarked on a refurbishing program that will see the company looking to introduce a number of reconditioned buses into the transportation network.
And I have already mandated that make sure that the efficiency and the wait time is reduced on all routes, including the hill routes, where we had a few buses. That is the one up into Temple Hall and Garden Town and those areas. And I can say to you that 8 reconditioned hill route buses are being rolled out tomorrow morning as well, with 16 more to come by the end of the year.
He says the JUTC will be looking to expand its operations island-wide. Jamaica is in its 4th phase of banning single-use plastics. The government aims to reach approximately 70% of its plastic collection. Plastic pollution is everybody's problem. It endangers the ecosystem and threatens marine life. On Tuesday, the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation launched its latest initiative dubbed Eco Champions Recycling, aimed at creating a plastic-free Jamaica. Chanel Matthews has more in this report.
Do something drastic, cut the plastic. That's the message from the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation.
Jamaica is one of 175 nations to sign the Global Plastic Treaty, with the goal of ending plastic pollution by 2040 through a circular economy where all plastics and responsibly managed during production, use, and end of life. So this is the aim that we have.
According to the Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation, one of the issues that affects Jamaica's sustainability is plastic pollution. Minister without portfolio, Senator Matthew Samuda, says plastic pollution is a global challenge.
It is why this ministry has been working on several initiatives to reduce pollution, to remove particular items from our waste stream, and to work with our colleagues at the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development with their agency, NSWMA, to ensure that we actually collect the waste we generate. And that's happening through a number of ways.
The minister lauded the efforts of the government's recycling partners.
What the private sector has done post-2018 with this significant investment has changed our waste stream for the better, Sir Leonard. I don't think anyone can deny that. So what you're seeing is a coalition of eco-warriors coming, which is unique because usually industry and environmental managers clash in ways that is not so pretty, usually ends up in court. Certainly in North America, all eco-regulations end up in court at some point for contemplation by the Supreme Court, certainly in the US, etc. So it's unusual to see the government push and the private sector say, you don't have to push anymore. We're going to get it done. They had implemented a $1 cess, I believe, per case. I don't remember the exact figure. And built up some capital and invested into the capacity of recycling partners, which is what has led to Jamaica now collecting back, I believe it is over 40% monthly of the plastic bottles that are produced.
Shannon Matthews reporting for the news on PBCJ.
Time now for the business report with Denise Williams.
Good day, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, your guide through the latest happenings in the world of business. Executives of several notable companies have recorded their sales and purchases of stocks in companies on the stock exchange. Jamaica Producers Group Limited has advised that connected parties purchased 11,680 JP shares on August 22, 2024. Iron Rock Insurance Company has advised that a connected party purchased 45,586 Rock shares on August 23, 2024. Omni Industries Limited has advised that a director purchased 1,832,726 Omni shares during the period of August 19 to 21, 2024. MFS Capital Partners Limited has advised that a connected party sold 91,716,667 MFS shares on August 19, 2024. The Canadian parent company of Jamaica's Bank of Nova Scotia reported a fall in third quarter profit on Tuesday, as the lender set aside more rainy day funds compared to a year earlier to cover for potential credit losses amid an uncertain economy. Elevated borrowing costs and the possibility of a recession have caused the threat of consumers defaulting on their loans, and lenders are preparing for credit card and other delinquencies in a challenging economy by building bigger cash buffer to guard against such potential loan losses. During trading for the period of August 27, 2024, the following companies represent the top 3 most active stocks that investors bought and sold on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Media conglomerate Radio Jamaica Limited with 10,351,102 units represent a 33.60% of the market value in terms of sales. Beverage manufacturer and distributor Jamaican Teas Limited with 5,549,785 units represent 18.02% of the market value in terms of sales. Financial conglomerate NCB Financial Group Limited with 3,864,679 units represent 12.55% of the market value in terms of sales. Moving from the money moves of investors, executives, and companies on the stock market, we turn to the Forex market. On August 27, 2024, the Bank of Jamaica reported that US $43.31 million was bought from Forex traders, while US $56.02 million was sold to Forex traders. Buying directly from the Bank of Jamaica, foreign currency traders sold the US dollar for $158.47 and bought the US dollar for $156.97. $1.89. The difference between the buy and sell rate was $1.58, which represents a profit for Forex traders for every US dollar traded. Canadian Forex traders earned a trading profit of $2.35 from transactions with the Bank of Jamaica. The Canadian dollar was sold at $118.97 and bought for $116.62. For traders looking at the British pound, they pocketed a profit of $2.30, selling it for $208.27 and buying it for $205.97. For our credit report tip of the day, we continue to look at rebuilding credit after the age of 50. Now, it may seem difficult, but it's really not too late to take control and improve your financial health. And if you have both assets and freelance income, you're already in a strong position to boost your credit score. So we have another strategy for you. Diversify your credit mix. Lenders look at the variety of credit you use. Adding a small personal loan to your credit card usage could positively impact your score over time. And with that, we wrap up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams. Appreciate your company. Stay well informed, stay ahead of the curve. Until our next update, take care.
In regional news, CARICOM is preparing to introduce a new regional migration policy to tackle emerging trends and challenges across the Caribbean. Developed with support from the International Organization for Migration, the policy aims to improve migration management. Despite delays due to the COVID-19 pandemic, a draft is ready for review by CARICOM leaders, and it will be published in February 2025. The policy focuses on safety and support of female migrants who make up over 60% of regional migrants, many of whom move for employment. Sharon Toyin Stevenson, Program Manager of Crime and Security at CARICOM, confirmed that the draft will be presented to CARICOM leaders in February 2025.
One of the major components of moving the policy forward was to actually engage at several levels the persons who are actually going to be the end users of the policy. The general man on the street, if you want to refer them as that. We've planned a communication strategy that will be pulling stories from those persons from different islands. So we wanted to make it very real to them. How is migration affecting you? We've had some interviews with some persons who, like I said before, would have had parents come from different countries or parents move to another country to be able to find better employment. Also, a lot of this movement has been happening, let's say intellectually, you know, it's come from the inside. What the policy itself seeks to do is to develop a framework which will allow member states to systematically look at pulling those opportunities that are being offered from the migration policy and relate it to how is it going to impact me as an individual. A lot of persons who move are young people. Our statistics have shown this far that a lot of movement within this region is done by young women in particular looking for jobs. And of course, you know, once young women, young persons begin to move, there's the vulnerability factor. The exposure to persons who may have negative intentions and using the opportunity of somebody who is seeking a better livelihood and to be able to spam or to cause them to engage in activities unbeknownst to them. So we were hoping to strengthen our border security systems to be able to even track that more fully. Why it's important that this is done at a regional level is that when we consider that we may be bumping heads at some stage with the transnational organized criminal faction, who are very well organized, we need to be able to build a support system that is so robust that when persons are attempting to force themselves through, say, one border, and they don't get where they intend to go, the way they intend to get, we don't want that to be able to divert to borders that are less well prepared. So that's one of the factors in terms of protection why we'll be able to move forward more positively.
In St. Lucia, the government unveiled plans to boost math performance in schools following disappointing regional exam results, with a focus on early childhood education, infrastructure improvements, and teacher training.
Education Minister Sean Edward unveiled plans to boost math performance in schools following disappointing regional exam results. The minister expressed concern over recent Caribbean Examinations Council results. He highlighted the government's commitment to improving math education.
You'd have heard of CXC, CSEC results and CAPE results coming out only 2 days ago. And one of the things that has startled the region is that Caribbean students are passing mathematics at a rate of 36%. And that is not good enough in mathematics. Our children have done well overall, but mathematics continues to be a sore point for the region and for St. Lucia. And the Prime Minister, in his wisdom, has given the Ministry of Education an extra $250,000 to improve mathematics instruction in schools.
Edward emphasized the broader impact of math skills. Officials say improved math performance is crucial for students' future academic and career prospects. The ministry also aims to address learning gaps exacerbated by the pandemic.
Our children were impacted by COVID. And from the Ministry of Finance, the Prime Minister has given us in excess of $200,000 for the provision of additional counselors in schools. The Viewfort Comprehensive, they provide both CSEC programming and CAPE, meaning what you call the regular CXC and the A-levels. And we're saying that at a school where you have a staff complement in excess of 100 and almost 1,000 students, we needed to strengthen the administrative capacity of the Viewfort Comprehensive School. And that is why today we have installed at the Viewfort Comprehensive Secondary School a second vice principal. So there is one principal who provides general oversight for the school, and she is ably assisted by 2 vice principals who can focus on specific aspects of the school's operation to make that school even more efficient than it has been, where on the regional landscape they continue to represent St. Lucia outstandingly.
The government has allocated funds, including $16 million from an African Export-Import Bank loan for several key initiatives, including early childhood education, increased funding for privately owned early childhood development centers, along with government-run centers to support the professional development of staff and improve learning environments.
Amid a steady increase in dengue cases across Trinidad and Tobago, public health professionals in Tobago are getting a chance to improve their knowledge and skills in handling public health crises. On Monday, the Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, kicked off a 3-day workshop with an opening ceremony.
The workshop aims to enhance the capacity of healthcare professionals from the Tobago Regional Health Authority in the surveillance of vaccine-preventable diseases. Manager of the expanded program on immunization, Grace Sukhchand, said the training is focused on increasing the expertise of participants.
We will collaboratively work to enhance our understanding of surveillance best practice with the experts from the CDC, share experiences and develop strategies to optimize our limited resources. Our goal is to equip you with the necessary skills to effectively manage and respond to public health crises related to all vaccine-preventable diseases.
Secretary for Health, Wellness and Social Protection, Dr. Faith B. Israel, noted the participants selected play a critical role in debunking the claims of conspiracy theorists relating to vaccines.
I am happy that we are actually doing this training. I'm happy that we're talking about crisis communication. I am also happy that we are doing the back-end work as well. Because in many instances, if we do not pick up the diseases quickly enough, we then are fighting a losing battle. And that's why everyone who is in this room is in this room. Because you are the people who see the first case.
Acting County Medical Officer Dr. Cadell Jessamy also noted with the presence of monkeypox internationally, the training came at the right time. And while Trinidad and Tobago was praised for their successes in vaccination, it was noted there is more to be done.
The emergence of new variants and pathogens underscores the importance of staying ahead of potential threats through effective monitoring and rapid response. So our focus today and for this week will be on enhancing our country's public health surveillance, its capabilities, and to ensure timely dedication, accurate reporting, and effective response.
Vaccine-preventable diseases, also known as VPDs, are infectious diseases caused by viruses or bacteria that can be prevented with vaccines. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, these include mumps, influenza, yellow fever, and dengue. Carissa Douglas, TTT News.
In sports, we kick off with good news as the 2024 ISA schoolboy football season scored a $15 million sponsorship from Restaurants of Jamaica through its flagship brand, KFC. As the new season gears up to kick off on Saturday, September 7, KFC is ready to serve up support both on and off the field. KFC's marketing manager, Andre Roper, says, quote, "Schoolboy football provides a platform for our young boys to realize their potential and even plot a path for their future," end quote. He says the sport gives them opportunity to showcase their skills, not only on the field, but in becoming upstanding young men. He's quoted saying, "And so KFC sees this competition as the perfect opportunity to help set them up for success and also to help give back to the community," end quote. Over to cricket, as the ICC has revealed the revamped fixtures for the Women's T20 World Cup, set to be staged in Dubai and Sharjah. ABS's Joel Rain reports.
West Indies will open their campaign against South Africa in Dubai on October 4th. The 2016 champions have been joined in Group B with South Africa, England, Bangladesh and Scotland. They will face Scotland on October 6th before matches against Bangladesh on the 10th and England 5 days later. Group A will comprise 6-time defending champions Australia, India, New Zealand, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. Each team will play 4 group matches with the top 2 teams from each group progressing to the semi-finals. The tournament, which has been moved to the UAE after political unrest in Bangladesh, is set to run from October 3rd to 20th. Meanwhile, warm-up fixtures are scheduled from September 28th to October 1st. All 10 teams will play 2 matches each. These fixtures will not have international T20 status, allowing teams to field all members of their 15-player squad. The West Indies will warm up against India and Australia on September 29th and October 1st, respectively. Joel Rain, ABS Sports.
And that's it for the news on PBCJ. You can follow us on our social media platforms at PBCJamaica. Thanks for watching.